Some Milwaukee students are getting the extra help they need to get ahead. City Year is focused on improving students with mentors focused on improving their academic outcomes. And that gives those same mentors the chance to develop the skills needed to become leaders in Milwaukee. Joining us to tell us more about City Year's work here is Milwaukee City Year Executive Director, Dr. Stephany Maney-Hartlaub. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you, Denise, so much for having me here today. I'm excited to share a little bit more about the amazing work City Year does here in Milwaukee.
Well, City Year Milwaukee is part of a much larger national City Year program. It's helping tens of thousands of students across the country. How did City Year get started, and when did it come to Milwaukee?
City Year got started over 30 years ago in Boston as an organization set to help young people become the best versions of themselves. When the organization started in Boston, it was started with the idea that a year of service could change the community and also change the lives of young people that gave that service. So we didn't start out in schools. We started out doing whatever was needed in that community, whether it was working at camps, running food pantries, running free stores. And about 15 years ago, City Year decided what we did very well was bring in young people and train them as student success coaches to serve inside of schools. Our program here in Milwaukee began 16 years ago. This is our 16th year, working alongside partners like Milwaukee Public Schools. We recruit 17 to 25-year-olds. And we train them as near peer mentors. We call them student success coaches. And they work inside of public schools with scholars as young as kindergarten all the way up to ninth grade, providing them with the extra hearts and hands that they need to become the best versions of themselves.
How are those success coaches, those mentors selected? There's something that you're looking for, and how important is that selection process in finding young mentors, success coaches who are going to be able to successfully help young people?
The young people that come to City Year Milwaukee to serve are recruited from all over the country. We recruit young people with the mindset for service, those that want to help, but also those that are looking to grow in their own durable skills. They go through a rigorous selection process. And once that process is completed, they are assigned to a City Year site from around the country. Many of our core members that serve at City Year Milwaukee come from as far away as California and as close as Milwaukee Public Schools. And so those young people run the gamut from 17, like I said, to 25.
When the success coaches go into schools, how do they decide which students to work with? And what are some of the goals that they can have to help students?
We work alongside our partners in Milwaukee Public Schools, our teachers, our administrators, to look at those students that might be best supported with a student success coach. So those students that are right on the cusp of being proficient in math and ELA, those students that might need support and just like a near peer on the side to help them show up to school. So we work with our school partners to identify those scholars, and then our core members are working with them in the classroom, and they pull them out for either one-on-one or small group support.
You are seeing some success in
Yes, we
the
are.
programs the program that you're operating, and young people improving in their math scores, their English scores. More kids are being promoted into 10th grade. How important is it that are these near peers, these young people who are close, relatively speaking, to the age of the students who are being supported? How important is it to have someone who they can look up to, but also relate to?
Yeah, as a traditionally trained teacher who served in Milwaukee Public Schools, I often look at our student success coaches as like translators. I thought I was super cool when I was a teacher, but I was much older than my scholars that were in the classroom. So I think that our core members are there to help transfer that knowledge that the teacher is providing to our scholars to them in ways that they understand. I think for our scholars, having someone that has recently had that experience of being in school, having to learn, our core members are not always the young people that were the most successful in school. And so I think they can relate to our young people. They can share their stories and they can be the perfect example at that time to our young people of what can happen when you show up and when you're present and when you lean in. I have been at schools myself and I've had students yelling out the window like, hey, City Year, and ask me if I am a City Year core member, which I take very well because it is clear I'm not 17 to 25. But I think it just speaks to that our scholars see those City Year core members as someone that is there to help them, someone that is there to serve. And I think that that also builds that pride and confidence in our core members. So while our mission is supporting those scholars that are furthest from opportunity, it is also about developing that next generation of leaders. So those durable skills that our core members are getting during service, I think they carry into their life after City Year. And I think we can all think that, you know, some of us have not always been in the place where our talents that we bring to the table are able to be recognized. And for our core members, those scholars are recognizing the talents that they have every single day. And I know that that is building their confidence.
And the idea is as well that the core members, as you mentioned, are learning these durable skills. They're learning even away from the classroom with young people where they're learning that important interaction. They're also gaining some skills that really transfer into whatever they decide to do next.
Yes, our core members receive over 500 hours of professional development during the time that they are in service at City Year. That professional development focuses on the tools that they'll need to be great tutors inside of Milwaukee Public Schools, but it also focuses on the skills that they'll need to be great employees and employers and great civic leaders in our community. So they have durable skills that they're working on around communication, around relationship building, which we just could use a little bit more of in the world right now. They are working on those skills that help them be effective writers. And so all of those things are happening when they're here at the site on Friday. Our core members are in schools 4 days a week from 7:30 in the morning until 5:30 at night. And so they are there to welcome our students in the morning with some very cool power greetings that we do. And we believe that those power greetings are really a way to help our students feel seen and heard, and for our core members to be able to check in with those scholars first thing in the morning. And I always say that we think that those power greetings are really like getting our scholars ready for the day. They also do a pretty good job of getting the adults ready for the day and getting them like refocused and energized to go into those school spaces. Our core members are here at the site with us every other week on Friday, and that's when they are developing those skills. Our core members will also be working with community mentors, and so they have shadow days. We have 18-minute networking days, and all of those opportunities are meant to help our core members get ready for their leadership after City Year.
City Year is also doing some things outside of schools. For example, you are having your second annual Women's Leadership Breakfast that's coming up. And that
Yeah.
really is designed to connect people from across the community, particularly women.
Yes, it is a wonderful opportunity. We always call it our Women's Empowerment Breakfast, and it's a time for storytelling, for insight, and for connection where we're bringing together over 200 women from around our city to engage in dialogue about how do we empower one another? How do we support one another? This year, we're honored to have Dana Guthrie from Gateway Capital serving as a panelist, Nina Johnson from U.S. Bank, and Margaret Peggy Kelsey from We Energies Group. And so they will be sharing insights on who's mentored them and how we can work together as women in this community to create create a thriving Milwaukee. We also have our amazing core members that will lead some discussion at the table. And what I love about this event is that it is multi-generational. So we have middle school young ladies in the room all the way up until the wise women that are in that space, like sharing knowledge, making those connections and networking. One of the things that we believe in at City Year is really the power of collaboration and the power of young people. And so this event is driven by young people, it's for young people, but it's multi-generational.
Well, thank you so much for the work that you are doing and the difference that City Year is making in Milwaukee. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
For more information about the Leadership Breakfast, visit the City Year Milwaukee website and click on the Events tab. We're right back.